So, I am a huge Godzilla fan, and I always have been from like the age of 3 or 4. And there's over 30 Godzilla movies. I've seen every single one of them. And now we have a brand new one, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Dude, when I say I was obsessed as a kid, I was obsessed with Godzilla, dude. I have so many Godzilla toys. Not getting rid of any of them. I don't give a fuck how much money they're worth. I remember being a kid, being like 4, my mom got me a walking Godzilla toy, and it had smoke came out of its mouth. It scared me half to death, so she took that one back to the store. I was terrified of it. Man, I remember walking around with a fucking like jump rope hanging out the back of my pants like a tail and shit, and my grandma would be over there holding the camera. I'd be walking around in that motherfucker like... And I'm not joking neither, I'm being dead serious. And this right here is my non-spoiler review for Godzilla King of the Monsters. Let's get into it right here on Addiction TV. Godzilla King of the Monsters stars Millie Bobby Brown, Vera Farmiga, Kyle Chandler, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Zhang Ziyi. Man, Zhang Ziyi, and when she was in Rush Hour 2. You
know, knocked out my feeling, girl. That's gonna cost you.
Let's not get off topic though. And before we go any further, I want to warn you guys, yes, I am outside doing this review because I love being outside, man. I cannot stand being in the house. I love being outside. Like, nature is the shit. So I want to warn you, you might see a couple cars passing me in the background. Fuck the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But no, Godzilla King of the Monsters, like I said, this is a non-spoiler review, so no spoilers. But I will say this first and foremost. If you are a true, dedicated Godzilla fan like me, you will not be disappointed. This movie is not disappointing. I left the theater satisfied. I was satisfied as hell, man. And dude, it was so great. And this is not a spoiler if you've seen the trailer, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We all know the kaiju, the monsters that were in it. Obviously Godzilla. King Ghidorah is the main villain. It also has Mothra, Rodan, and you can find out the rest for yourself. And I will say, I was not disappointed in any of the kaiju. They were so awesome, man. And I will say this is a Godzilla movie. Straight up Godzilla movie. This is a sequel to Gareth Edwards' Godzilla from 2014. And a lot of people were disappointed in that because Godzilla 2014, Godzilla was only on screen for 8.5 minutes. And a lot of people didn't like that. I will say this new film, Godzilla King of the Monsters, makes up for that. First and foremost, it definitely makes up for that. And I personally wasn't even that disappointed in Godzilla 2014, not having him on screen that much. Because for Godzilla 2014, I really, really enjoyed the human side of the movie. So let me go ahead and get into a negative. Godzilla King of the Monsters, the human side of this movie, for me personally, was just, I did not care for it. And it really disappoints me because it's got a really great cast. Like, it has a great cast. But, and it's so sad because the cast is so great. But, the human side of this movie, for one, you don't care about really any of the characters, anybody. And, you know, I'm sitting there watching it in the theater, having a great time. I mean, I enjoyed the whole movie, but that part of the movie, the human side of the movie, I was just kind of like, you know what I mean? I was sitting in the theater like... But anyways, still, it was a great movie. I loved it. And it's not just because I'm a Godzilla fan. I mean, shit, dude, there's over 30 Godzilla movies. And there are plenty that I did not enjoy. Like Godzilla 1998 starring Matthew Broderick. Sorry to anybody who's a cult follower of that movie was fucking garbage. But if you were introduced to Godzilla, to that being Godzilla, hey, sorry for you. But no, man, this new movie is fucking incredible. I'm gonna say that. And I'm not telling you guys nothing other than that, because if I stand here too long and keep talking about it, there will be spoilers. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna keep talking about it. I will say one more thing about this movie. One more thing. The effects are great. Because I know a lot of people were wondering, oh man, obviously it's not a guy in a rubber suit anymore. A lot of that's 2019, you know what I mean? It was good. It was really good. And when it comes to the human side of the movie, I'm not saying the acting was bad. The acting was not bad at all. The acting was great. And the directing was fine. But I feel like if it was written better, it wouldn't be, it wasn't even boring. It was more just what the fuck than it was boring. It was more like I have no sympathy for anybody. You know what I mean? I don't connect with any of these characters, you know. I was connecting with the Kaiju because they seemed more like they ran the show, you know what I'm saying? They ran the fucking movie. They ran the story. And it's funny because obviously they are CGI monsters. They don't have lines. They're not speaking, you know, but they run this fucking movie. And they're what keeps the movie going. You know what I mean? And it was good. And I definitely want to go see it again. I mean, I was very impressed. Because, like I said, Godzilla 2014 was great. Godzilla, and that, yes, Godzilla 2014 and this new Godzilla King of the Monsters are both American made. They're both from Legendary Pictures, the Monsterverse, which includes Kong, and then we got Godzilla vs. Kong coming out in 2020. They're an American movie. And in 2016, Toho, who did most of the classic Godzilla films, they decided to make a new movie, a reboot, called Shin Godzilla. And it was, ugh, I don't know, dude, I didn't like it at all. I really didn't like it, man. But we're not going to get into that. We'll save Shin Godzilla for another video. But Godzilla King of the Monsters was dope as hell. I left satisfied. And I want to know what you guys think about it. Were you satisfied, or were you just kind of like, eh? Did you enjoy the characters? Did you like the human side or the kaiju side more? What did you think of it? You know what I'm saying? I loved it. But like I said, man, the human side, oh, but whatever. And it does bring back not many, it does bring back a couple characters from Godzilla 2014, which I really did enjoy those characters. They were the human characters that meant the most, and fucking, they brought the most to the table when it came to the human side of the story, even though they weren't the main focus of the human side of the story. That being said, let me know in the comments, how did you feel about Godzilla King of the Monsters? Out of the fucking 1,000 Godzilla movies that there are, which was your favorite? How'd you feel about Godzilla 2014, Shin Godzilla? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. Until next time, YouTube, hit me up right here on Addiction TV.